Next, we're going to learn to use assist.org. Assist can be very helpful to you in your educational planning, as it will explain to you what courses you need to take for your major, especially if you're planning to transfer. There's some other things that the website can help you do, such as exploring majors and exploring campuses. That will be available in the Assist Part 2 video. First, let's assume for a moment that we all want to be psychology majors. The first thing we're going to do is select from the transfer information drop-down is Contra Costa College. From this list, you'll see every community college, every UC and CSU. Right now, we're going to start with our school first. Now we want to see what other agreements we have with other campuses. Remember, we want to study psychology, so let's just suppose that we're interested in UC Berkeley. We'll come down and select University of California, Berkeley from the list. The next thing that we need to do is select the major. And there we have psychology. So first, we've selected our campus, Contra Costa College. Next, the college we're interested in transferring to, UC Berkeley. And lastly, our major, psychology. The first thing that's important to note here is that this is called an articulation agreement. An articulation agreement is an agreement between two college campuses. Essentially, that campus, in this case UC Berkeley, agreeing to accept some of our courses to meet their major requirements. The agreement also tells us that this is the available for 2014-2015, not 15-16. This should change in the next couple of weeks, but if you see any of your articulation agreements that don't have a 2015-16 or the current year that you're looking for listed, please see a counselor to make sure that there's not some more information that you need to know. So this confirms that we are looking at the psychology major. Remember, when at the community college, you can only take lower division courses. Once you transfer, you'll be transferring as an upper division junior. There's a lot of notes here about what you need to know about this major. One important thing about this particular campus is it tells you one of the general education requirements you need to complete. Either the LNS requirements, which is a Berkeley general education requirement, or IGETC. If you've been watching these videos in order, you know that IGETC is one of the general education patterns useful for transfer to a CSU or a UC. So you could complete your general education for Berkeley before you even got there. They also tell you to complete as many lower division major requirements as possible. For now, we're going to skip over some of this other fine print because I really want to show you how to use the site effectively. It's always important to read the fine print when you're really considering that school and that major. So the first area of courses is psychology. It tells you that if you were at UC Berkeley right now as a freshman, your freshman academic advisor would tell you to take Psych 1, General Psychology. But we're not at UC Berkeley. We're over here at Contra Costa College. And so the articulated course, or you could call it kind of like a course equivalency at Contra Costa, is Psychology 220, General Psychology. So if you're interested in a psychology major and you're interested in transferring to Berkeley, if you take General Psychology at Contra Costa College, Psych 220, you'll be meeting a requirement for the major at UC Berkeley. I'll give you a hint. Psych 220 also shows up on IGETC as a general education course under Social Behavioral Sciences. The next area is Biological Sciences. Now, Berkeley wants you to take 2 courses in biology. Many of you might wonder, wait a minute, why biology if I'm going to be majoring in psychology? You may or may not remember this from earlier, but one of the differences between the CSUs and the UCs is that the UCs are known as research institutions, more of the science-focused institutions. Certainly you can study sciences at the CSUs, but biology showing up in a psychology major at Berkeley confirms that they're going to have you really studying about how the brain works and why we think certain ways and behave in certain ways. That's how their psychology program is developed. Okay, let's keep going. So we need to select 2 courses from this list. Remember, what's on the left here are the Berkeley courses. What's on the right are our classes. You'll see BioSci 140 and 141, Biological Science 110, Bio 134, Physiology, Biological Psychology, and Anatomy. You only need to choose 2 of those courses, but you can see there's quite a few listed. You have many options. Again, all of those also show up on iGETSI as general education. They'd also like you to take 1 evolution course. You can see here that there are 3 courses on the Berkeley side. On our side, we only have 3 options, one option, Anthropology 140. The other areas say no course articulated, meaning we don't offer a course that meets over to Berkeley's articulated version. Your only option in this section is Anthropology 140. You also need to take 2 social science courses. Again, some of the courses that they offer are not offered on our campus. So your options are limited, but you still have some choices between Anthropology 130, Poli-Sci 125, and Sociology 220. The last section talks about quantitative or math courses. There's just 1 course that you need to take from this section. You could take Calculus 1 or Calculus 2. I'd remind you though that Calculus 1 has a prerequisite of Math 171. So if you were to take Math 190 to meet this requirement, you'd actually need to take 2 math courses to get there. However, Math 164 Statistics is the course that I would recommend that you take to meet this requirement. Math 164 Statistics is very useful for psychology majors at any school, including the Associate's degree for transfer and the Associate's degree at Contra Costa College. At the end, it will tell you that's the end of the major, meaning there's no more information left. This is where you can stop the video and determine which courses might you take to meet your major requirement at your campus. Remember, you select Contra Costa College first. Then you will select the campus that you're interested in transferring to. You can select any campus listed here. Next, I'll select San Francisco State. And then lastly, you select the major that you're most interested in. This is a great way to get a sense of what kind of courses you need to be taking for your major while you're at Contra Costa College.